Welcome back to the deep dive. So today we're diving into a really common challenge for businesses, isn't it? How do you actually create like a massive amount of product visuals? And not just any visuals, but diverse ones, high quality, and crucially ones that feel genuinely on brand.
Yeah.
And doing all that quickly and, affordably. It's tough. The old ways, well, the cost and time involved have always been pretty enormous hurdles, often puts it out of reach for smaller companies, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a great setup. And our sources for this deep dive, they introduced something called PhotoFox AI. It's a platform that looks like it's promising to, well, pretty much revolutionize that whole process you just described. It's being pitched as this powerful new alternative, to the whole traditional studio photography setup, directly hitting those pain points.
Okay, so potentially a real game changer then. Interesting. So our mission today, let's unpack exactly how this PhotoFox AI thing works. What are its main features? And maybe most importantly, what's its intended impact? And we're basing all this directly on the material we've looked at. What seems really fascinating from what I saw is this idea that it can take just a single product photo and turn it into basically a whole campaign's worth of stuff using AI to generate all these variations.
That's exactly right. Yeah. PhotoFox AI, it explicitly promises to transform just one uploaded photo, get this, into 100+ on-brand assets in minutes. We're talking studio-grade photos, scroll-stopping videos, they say, even ads that are basically ready to go. The maker, Nassim Udin, seems quite clear on this. He says PhotoFox was built to, quote, eliminate the pain of slow, expensive product shoots.
Okay, so it's not just about churning out quantity then. The focus seems to be on keeping that quality high and making sure it matches the brand. That's always a big question with AI, isn't it? So what features really stood out to you in the sources? What did they highlight?
Well, one of the really compelling ones, I think, especially if you're in fashion, is its ability to take a simple flat lay photo, clothes laid flat, and generate on-model fashion try-ons automatically.
Okay.
Yeah, that alone could slash the need for those expensive model photo shoots. And beyond that, the material talks about batch outputs across sizes and aspect ratios. So you get variations ready for Instagram, for your website, for ads, all at the same time.
Right, optimized for different platforms. Makes sense.
And then there's this 8K upscale and touch-ups for pixel-perfect detail. So the images are meant to be super sharp, really detailed, even if you need them for big displays.
That detail level is pretty impressive if it works well.
Yeah.
What about keeping the brand consistent, though? Like logos, specific product details. That seems tricky for AI sometimes.
Good question. That's where they talk about custom brand training for consistent results across SKUs. SKUs, your individual product codes. So this training is designed to make sure your brand colors, your logos, even the exact shape and dimensions of the product, the geometry stay consistent. Someone actually asked the maker directly about complex logos, and the answer was apparently that it's great at logos, using the latest AI model to keep the logo intact.
Okay. Keeping the logo right is definitely crucial for brands. And I guess what makes all this really transformative, potentially, is just the sheer speed and cost saving. The sources mention a claim of being 90% cheaper and 10x faster than traditional studios. I mean,
Yeah.
those numbers are pretty staggering. And apparently it's already trusted by 1,300 plus brands. But do the sources explain how they achieve that kind of saving without losing that studio-grade quality? Are there any trade-offs mentioned?
Well, they mainly put it down to the AI's speed and automation. Basically, less manual work, no need for physical studios, models, all that stuff, which leads to how they position it. PhotoFox AI is explicitly called an alternative to studio photography and videography for SME.
SME, small to medium enterprises.
Exactly. The maker confirms it. SME Ecom Digital brand is our target audience. They see it as super useful for small e-commerce stores that just, can't afford the big studio budgets or hiring models.
Right. So the core value then, based on what we're seeing in the sources, is really about leveling that playing field, taking one photo, turning it into 100+ on-brand assets in minutes, and making those professional-looking visuals affordable and fast, especially for those smaller businesses.
Precisely. It sounds like it's about democratizing access, really, giving smaller players the visual tools they need to actually compete online.
So what does this all mean for you listening? It's worth considering how AI tools like this PhotoFox AI might really reshape the whole creative process. Especially, for smaller e-commerce brands, digital brands. I mean, if the heavy lifting, the manual grind of creating all those assets gets significantly reduced, what new doors does that open? What opportunities might pop up for creative professionals themselves? Maybe more focus on strategy, on storytelling, on doing genuinely innovative campaign work.
Yeah, it feels like the creative landscape is definitely shifting. Could open up some really interesting new paths.